and then realized, oh, I can use the VA loan. And then that's what opened the door. I was like, damn, I could have bought a property with no money out of pocket from day one. And if I would have known that, I wouldn't have been locked up. I wouldn't have resorted to the stuff that I resorted to.
My name is Travis Brady, and I'm a branding mentor and sales story strategist. I hope you see me more of a guide than a host as I share the stories behind the brands, so you can take these stories, experiences, principles, and teachings and use them to share your story with the world. What is up? Welcome to the story behind the brand. I am with the man of the veterans here in Arizona, Jarvis Witherspoon. He is a veteran advocate, fights for veterans' freedom. He is a real estate expert, father, husband, man of faith. He's also an incredible speaker. Jarvis, what's up, brother? Good to have you on the podcast.
What's going on, Travis? Thank you, man.
He's looking good. He's got the purple hat matching the logo in the background. I like it. Looking good. Fill in the gaps, man. Tell everyone a little bit more about you.
Yeah, so once again, my name is Jarvis. I'm actually originally from North Carolina. 32 years old. I joined the service when I was 17. So if any veterans out there join at a time where your parents had to actually sign you over because I was underage. Joined super early. Didn't really have too much going on back home. I'm from a small city, small town. So the only way out was sports or the military. So I joined the service, traveled all around the world, man. I did 2 deployments. I was stationed in Japan for 2 years, ended up marrying a Japanese local. I have a daughter. And I dedicated my life to helping veterans because when I got out of the service, having a wife and kid at a young age, at 21, I really didn't have a way to make my life better and to provide for my family. When I got out of the service, I was an E5. So, of course, I had the GI Bill. I had access to the VA loan. I had access to the GI Bill, but I didn't really know how to utilize my benefits in a way that benefited me. So it took plenty of years and plenty of struggles to finally get to the point where I'm successful. I was able to quit my job, and now I work full time helping veterans utilize their benefits, the same benefits that I struggle with. I found a cheat code on how to stack your benefits in a way that allow you to live the freedom that we all fought for. So, that's what I do now. And, a lot of stuff I do is free. As one of my mentors say, my free stuff is better than their paid stuff. So,
Let's go, baby. He's listening. I love it. What made you choose the Navy? I mean, there's lots of services that you could have chose to go into. Why do people choose the ones that they do through the process?
well, they got this thing called the ASVAB. So when you're in high school, you might remember people would come around, a recruiter would come around and say, hey, take the test. Let's see where you're at.
Hmm.
So I took the test. I scored super high. So if you score high, then more than likely you're going to do a top secret type clearance good job. Like you're going to be somebody that they use your brain more. The military is all about using the hell out of you. So if you're a smart guy or a smart individual, then they'll put you in an arena that they can use your smart. So I ended up becoming an IT in the Navy. With my high ASVAB score, going to the Army or the Marines wouldn't really utilize my smarts to the best advantage of the Navy, of the military.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people that are in the Marines and Army, not saying they're not smart, they're very smart individuals. However, there's a hierarchy when it comes to jobs and what we do. So nobody in the Navy is going to be, hand-to-hand combat unless
Mhm.
they're SEALs, right? A
Yeah.
lot of things that we do in the service is a hierarchy. So Army Marines are typically the fight first, frontline type individuals. And when it comes to that, you don't necessarily need to understand communications. You don't need to know how to work a network. You don't need to know how to understand IP addresses and how, technology really works. You really just need to understand maneuvers, tactical gear, and, shooting people. So once I realized I had a high ASVAB, my recruiter, I was actually going to the Marines first, But a Navy recruiter was like, "Hey, bro, you're smart as hell. You need to go to the Navy because you're going to get a better situation after the service if you join the Navy."
Okay.
Because I joined the Navy as an IT. So with me doing IT, I was able to transition out of the service. And during this time, this was the spiel from the recruiter. Hey man, if you're IT, then that basically puts you in a better position when you get out because ITs get paid tons of money in the civilian sector. So I
I
said,
see.
okay, cool, I'll do that. They gave me top security clearance. And so it was that's why I joined the Navy.
Okay.
If anything, I could have went Air Force, but I'm scared of heights and I can swim really good. So I went with the Navy.
Did you ever want to be a Navy SEAL at any point in time?
It got intriguing when I actually was stationed on a SEALs base and I
Uh-huh.
would see them train. And then I would be, they call them buds. Buds is like the boot camp before they go to SEAL school. And I
Yeah.
would meet a lot of dudes that was going to Buds or in Buds. And I would be working out with them and I'd be like, man, I probably could do this.
Mhm.
So I was intrigued, but I also didn't want to like potentially die. So
Has there been people that died during it?
Doing buzz? No. During training camp? No. I think like two or three, I've heard stories. People have passed away, but it's not like a huge percentage.
Yeah.
And then typically, 1% of the 1% makes it SEALs. So the military is
Wow.
1% of Americans, but the
Yeah.
people that are spec ops is 1% of the 1%. So they're beasts, bro. They're just different type of individuals.
Yeah. No, I could only imagine. I've heard some crazy shit. Like they don't go to sleep for days on end and they get a break, so they'll like sleep standing up and shit like that.
Yeah, man,
Um,
I've heard crazy stories too. Like one guy
yeah.
told me that for weeks they put him in like this box with a peephole, and that they would feed him under the box, and then they would have to see everything through a peephole for like days.
Wow.
Because the whole point is they're going to actually fight the motherfuckers that's like hierarchy in whatever country we're going against. So if
Yeah.
they get captured, they have to have been trained in a way that nothing could break them, and they give up American secrets.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea. They send them through so much stuff that if they was to get captured, along with training, right? The training helps them be able to be the badasses that they are and kill the people that's against us. But
Yeah.
also they're training them so just in case they do get captured, they're not giving up government secrets because they can't deal with torture.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shit. I can only imagine getting captured by another country and
Yeah,
getting
no.
tortured.
Like,
Couldn't even imagine.
I probably would cave. I'll be like, you know what, you guys win. But so that's why they take them through those trials, right? Because
Yeah, for sure.
they want to break you so they can eliminate you.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're in the forces. You have a little girl at a young age, 21, right?
Yeah, man.
How was that? I mean, was you scared as shit? I mean, what was going through your head is all that happened?
I was like, fuck my life over, bro. Like, because I'm stationed in Japan. So that was my first station. So I'm
Yeah.
19 in Japan doing God knows what. Like at the time, drinking age was 18 in Japan.
Uh-huh.
So I was drinking, I was doing all types of shit. So that created an immediate halt in everything. I had planned on staying in the service past the 4 years that I was in, 4.5 years I was in. I
Yeah.
had planned on staying in, but I grew up without a father, grew up in a broken home. So when I was younger, I promised myself and God that if I ever had a kid, I would be in her life, in their life, and try to be present as
Yeah.
best as I could.
Yeah.
So when I found the news out, I didn't want to keep the baby. I wanted to, go different routes. But my wife at the time, my girlfriend, wanted to keep her, and she had a better understanding of life. She was 28, 29. I was still young.
Okay.
And it was my first time crying in front of a female other than my mother.
Really?
God,
Wow.
that's how bad I took it.
Yeah.
She wasn't playing. My girlfriend at the time, she was ready to have a kid. And what made it difficult is when you have a kid in Japan, if they're not born on the military base, they're technically not dual citizenship. They're not
Mm,
American citizens. So with
mm,
that being said, my daughter would have been full custody to my girlfriend at the time. So I would have had to travel to Japan every time I wanted to see my daughter. At
Wow.
the time, going to Japan was like $2,000. And I was
Yeah.
like an E2, E3. I was making 800 a week, 800 every 2 weeks. So I
Hmm.
just didn't see myself being able to be in her life, with me having to travel back and forth from country to country, right? I mean,
Hmm.
even little stuff like now, daddy daughters, daddy dances, all those, it wouldn't have happened, bro. So,
Yeah.
uh, it was a decision I knew once she said we're keeping it, I already knew I was marrying her. I already knew I
Yeah.
was bringing her to the States. And so coming to the realization, hey, you about to have a kid, and then realizing, hey, you about to get married, and then realizing you about to get out of service, it just was overwhelming, bro. It was
Yeah.
hard.
So you're out of service, you're back here in the States. What's going on in your life? What are you thinking? What's transpiring through that whole process?
I was still young, so I thought I could tackle the world, man. I wanted to do music. My wife at the time, well, my wife now, girlfriend at the time, we hadn't got married yet when I first got to the States, but we got married like a year after, or a few months after she got to the States.
Hmm.
But it was hard, man. Like I said, I didn't understand the VA loan. I didn't even know what it was.
Hmm.
I didn't think I could even qualify for a disability rating because I was young. I thought I was healthy. So all the benefits that I had as a veteran, I didn't even think I should be using them or how to even use them. So I was just out there by myself trying to figure it out. Uh,
Hmm.
so my first job was at Intel. I realized quickly I didn't want an 8 to 5 because you go from stationed in Japan, two deployments, being in control. I was a communicator on my squad. So I was the only IT. I didn't have anybody above me or below me. I was that guy. And then
Hmm.
going into the civilian sector, having to work for people that had no experience like I had was, it was different, man. It was depressing. It's like, bro, like I know that I fought my when I was out here fighting for the country, you was whoever was my manager at the time was at the house eating noodles or some shit. Like they wasn't doing what I was doing. So it just was like a reality check. Like, damn, I'm a civilian now. I'm no longer a military service member.
Yeah.
I'm
So you
no
went through like an identity conflict.
Yeah, so it was difficult. I smoked
Yeah.
a lot of weed. I did a lot of things that destroyed my body. I started to get into the streets. I tried to sell marijuana. I tried to do all types of stuff to get myself out of the situation that I was in.
Hmm.
But ultimately, it all ended up me getting. I had been in jail, all types of stuff, man. Just crazy stuff, bro.
So
I,
when did you start to like really turn around and really start utilizing these benefits and everything? Because I mean, in talking to you, I'm just like, damn, those are some nice benefits like
yeah,
that they
well,
provide. Like, how many people or what percentage of veterans do you think aren't even using those?
so statistically, 87% of veterans have never utilized the VA loan.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and even in the ones that used it, probably haven't used it the way that I helped them strategize it. So
Mm,
the way I strategize, I'm able to buy at least one property a year with the VA loan and with 0% down. So a lot of vets don't think that. They think, oh, it's a primary residence. I can only use it once. Well, you can use the VA loan as many times as you want to. But back to your question, what made me utilize my benefits is my wife. I was going to school for music. I was in Atlanta on an internship. I was meeting all the stars. I thought I was going to make it, but I didn't have more money to send back home. My wife was staying with my mother, and my baby was staying with my mother. And my wife, she was fed up. She was like, you said we was going to have a house. You said we was going to do this. I want it. So I came back home, went to work, and then realized, oh, I can use the VA loan. And then that's what opened the door. I was like, damn, I could have bought a property with no money out of pocket from day one. And if I would have known that, I wouldn't have been locked up. I wouldn't have resorted to the stuff that I resorted to if I knew about my benefits.
You went through a lot to learn how to use these. You've hired mentors, you've hired coaches. Like, what's some of the big things that you think hold veterans back from really like utilizing these?
We're not used to crying out help, right? In the service, they tell you, suck it up, keep moving, right?
Mhm.
In the Navy, if you're deployed, there's only one doctor on that ship. So you got a ship full of hundreds of people in one dock.
Wow.
If it's something crazy, they have to actually medevac you out, like fly you on a helo and take you out if it's like dire situation. So they
Hmm.
try to eliminate any of that, right? So if you go to the doctor and say I got a headache, stomach ache, whatever, they're like take some Motrin, keep pushing, right? So it's never it's okay, man. Take a day off. It's never
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's like if you ain't dying, keep going. So we
Yeah.
take that into the civilian sector. Like we
Hmm.
take that type of mentality. Oh, I need help is for weaklings, right? We take
Hmm.
that into society. And when you're getting your disability rating and when you're utilizing your benefits, you actually have to say, "Hey, I'm hurt." And that's hard for people. That's one of the main
Hmm.
hurdles that I run into is the mindset of saying I'm hurt, I need help.
Yeah.
Typically, we're not crying out for help until it's too late. That's why you see
Yeah.
a lot of homeless vets because it's like,
Hmm.
damn, we didn't know. Now we're really have to cry out, right? At that point, it's probably too late. You didn't mess your credit up, you didn't messed up your record or whatever the case. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, suicide is high among veterans. Breaks my heart. I had a uncle years ago. We talked about this off air that ended up committing suicide. Why do you think that is? What you're building the Arizona Veteran Brotherhood? That's definitely one of your missions. What do you think? Yeah, I guess this is a pretty open-ended question. What do you think needs to change within the veteran community to eliminate that high suicidal rate?
a sense of purpose. When you're in, you have purpose. You're like,
Hmm.
I'm a serviceman, bro. I'm working, I'm fighting for my country. And then when you get out, the same country that you were fighting for kind of like pushes you to the dirt. They're like,
Hmm.
you're out. We have nothing. We don't really. I mean, they give us tools depending on like if you were in war or combat and you're having nightmares, then there's classes that they send you through before you get out. But even
Hmm.
those classes that the vets that I've talked to aren't as in depth and what really a veteran needs. So I
Hmm.
would say the reason the suicide rate is so high is a sense of purpose. If you feel like your purpose is strong enough to still be here, then you're not gonna kill yourself. I've had times where I wanted to off myself. To I've been on the highway and like, man, I can just swerve over now and it'll be over. But my daughter is my sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Know that if I was to die, what would she do?
Yeah. Is that the main thing that kept you here? Was your daughter? And when in those low moments, where were you at in life? What like led to those moments?
Just people not understanding. Like I'm disabled. I have shoulder pain, neck pain, back pain, but I still have to and PTSD, but I still have to wake up every day and act like nothing's wrong as a father.
Hmm.
And people not truly understanding because we make it look so good.
Yeah.
We make it like even now, I have friends. I'll say, hey man, I'm about to hop in the shower. It's gonna take me some time because when I'm in the shower, I'm stretching. They're
Hmm.
like, man, make it 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, and then I've told them before, like I have back pains. This is what I do. Like the shower helps loosen the muscles and stuff like that. Or I hit the gym for 3.5 hours and people will say, why you at the gym that long? Well, I'm stretching for 2 hours. I got bad back.
Yeah.
So people just not understanding. And
Hmm.
people don't understand what we go through because they have never been through what we've been through.
Yeah.
So I think that was my down point. I had nobody to go to. I had nobody to turn to. Even the VA, they would give you counselors, but them motherfuckers never joined, never served. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's no real. I didn't have a community of vets that I could, go out with and we can kick the shit and we can and express with each other, right? So that for me, that's what it was, and that's what I really find out is the issue for most vets too, right? I had a veteran, I saw him in the sauna and he had a guy that actually died with a bomb explosion. He was having nightmares, but he was still working his job. He had a 30% disability. Long story short, we ended up getting him to 90%, gave him more time because now he's not struggling for money to be
Hmm.
able to take the time to get the help that he needed. So
Yeah.
that's
That's awesome.
yeah.
Well, cool, brother. Love what you're doing. Definitely 100% behind it. For a lot of reasons, yeah, just who you are, what you stand for my uncle, for all those things, for brotherhood. I'm just such a believer. One of my favorite quotes recently is just because I carry it well doesn't mean it's not heavy.
Man,
And I think that men, and I would probably even say, to what you're saying, is probably veterans do probably carry a heavier load because, yeah, you're taught, if you go down, you're taking another man with you because they have to take care of you. So, yeah, we're just kind of taught to go about it alone. So love what you're doing. How can people follow you? How can people be a part of the Arizona Veteran Brotherhood?
my name is Jarvis Witherspoon. I am a licensed agent. So if you Google me, you'll find my number, you'll find my websites, you'll find my Instagram, you'll find my YouTube, you'll find everything. All you got to do is Google Jarvis. But if you're an Instagram social media person, it's at Jarvis, the realtor.az. And my number is 480-215-2715. I don't mind giving that out. Like I said, I'm an agent, so it's all on Google.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's how you can find me. Um, yeah, or come to one of my events that we're having if you're in Arizona.
Hmm.
And then the basic, reach out from
Hmm.
Facebook. I have a YouTube channel, but everything is Jarvis Witherspoon. You'll
Yeah.
find.
What I would say, guys, for you listening, I know you know a veteran in the Arizona area. Get him connected with Jarvis. He's going to be connecting a lot of people, a lot of veterans together, and they're absolutely need connected. This veteran that they're not going to reach out for help. Probably they're not going to ask for it. They're just going to suffer. I can't even say it. Silent suffer in silence. So make sure you send this over, get him connected with Jarvis, get him connected to this community. He's doing some awesome things, super active. Thanks for coming on here, brother. And I do mean this when I say this. I really appreciate you fighting for our country. Not all of us signed up, so I definitely appreciate all those that do.
Hey man, bro, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, Travis.
Okay. Share your story. You are your brand X factor. We'll talk soon. Good talk.
Hey, you know you have a story to share with the world, which means you need to get on more live stages. We have a jam-packed schedule in 2024 full of events, including our biggest event year to date, Brand X. Go to bnextgen.com/speak. Again, bnextgen.com/speak. Or you could just click the link in the description. Fill out an application, our team will reach out to you and show you how our speaker partnership works. Get on a stage, get video, blow up your brand, blow up your business. Let's go.